What is going on, guys? I'm back with another video, and today I'm going whether you should sell or hold the new Nike Sacai Villian Red. So not waste any time, let's hop into it. So here are the highest StockX bids as of right now, December 22nd, 2020, and this is also the release day of this sneaker. And you can see here the bids, they're between like 400 and 450, some dipping down to 350 in the more like uncommon sizes. So just keep this in mind when you're going over the video, and of course, whenever you're watching it, whether it's a week, a month later from this upload, they are going to vary. They are going to change just a little bit. So just keep that in mind. Now, the ultimate question, do you hold or sell these to maximize your profit? Now, as of right now, December 22nd, the price is going to drop a bit more because a majority of the stock was shipped out, and right now Christmas right around the corner. Shipping is crazy. I know my package is going out, are delayed and coming in. They're all delayed, especially with COVID too. It's a whole nother thing. Now they're gonna drop because people don't even have them in hand yet. But once people start getting them in hand, then we'll start selling them and undercutting each other, and that's where the market's gonna be at the all-time low. But I did do some research on some past Nike Sacai's, and honestly, it's not a great hold. I didn't see a lot of opportunity to make a lot of profit. So if you do expect to hold them, it's definitely gonna be a long hold, definitely over a year. I mean, some people hold sneakers for 5 years and come out making $400 or $500 a pair, which is great. But depending what you have and like what your like how much money you're willing to invest in these, and also like what your capital is, so you can keep reinvesting money into sneakers and keep building your like your reselling empire. Now instead of holding these sneakers and making $100 in a year, because you held them, you can instead sell it for what you can, get the profit you can, and then take that money and then invest that in other sneakers and have that make profit for you. I can see that being a much more efficient way to spend the money, unless you have a ton of capital and you copped a bunch of pairs, and then you can hold them. But that's kind of your call. Nike Sacai will always be in demand. There's no real risk in holding them. Like no real like big risk. So there's no like worry about holding them and then having it dipped so far that you lose a ton of money. I don't really see that happening. Now, I'm going to look at some of the examples and show you guys some of the screenshots. First, we have the Nike LD Sacai. Now, this sneaker dropped last September 12th, 2019. So let's hop in some of the StockX here. So we can see the highest bids, what there are now. And we can see like the graph here of the sales. Now, here at the bottom, this is when the sneaker did release. And as we can see here, it kind of lowered, but it also dipped back up very slowly. And like right here is about like a 1 year point. Now, as you can see, it took over a year for it to really regain any real like bonus on top of what the sneaker was originally going for. But there was some sales that did reach 750, and it increased about I don't know, I would say about like $120, $130, which is pretty good. But also for the hold, and also the retail for 180, which is pretty expensive too, and also the resell, it was $500-$600 when they did release, so that was a very good sell on day one as well. So let's check out one more. Now we have the Sacai Blue Multi. This one dropped on May 30th, 2019, and here I have look at some of the screenshots here. This is a much better screenshot I put up because you guys can really see. And this one is honestly lower than that one. I thought this one did really well, and a lot of people wearing them. It's a pretty hype sneaker for quite some time, on my opinion. And now it's going for like between like 450, 500, 600. Like the longer you hold the sneaker, like the more that like different sizes and different like conditions, like they kind of vary like in price. As you can see here, it obviously dipped over here at the bottom left. The sneaker did release, like I said before, and it didn't really gain much consistency. And with consistency, that is a big thing with a hold. It's like just like the stock market. You want to consistently going up, because if it keeps going up, down, you kind of don't know what to do with it. And you get nervous with it, and that's what I found with some Sacai's. That is very inconsistent in the market, and that's why I think it could be a potential loss when it comes to being a hold. That's just my opinion on that. But we did see the other Sacai. That one was going up at a pretty nice, a steady pace. But I wouldn't count on this pair dropping, especially that not a lot of people are fans of them. So let's move on. So the ultimate question: you hold or sell? I think it would be a 12-month hold, and it could reach up to like an extra $100. But also also what I said before, there is a chance of it dropping in values. You could lose money. So that kind of like sums up this video. If you guys think it's worth it to hold it and make an extra $100, and there could be a chance of it dropping. Now, I think it's very unlikely that it does, but there is always that potential with any sneaker hold, really. But I think Sakai's are more, you know, that could, the bigger possibility of that happening with these Sacai's. Now, before you guys make your decision, I do want to point out that there is a chance of it dropping. I really don't know whether it's gonna drop or if it's gonna stay the same or go up. This one's a pretty hard sneaker to predict, and the Sacai's are pretty hard to predict as well. I thought originally this would be a good hold because all of me going up, but once I really started looking at them, there's a big possibility that it could drop, below what you bought them for, or like below the price you could have sold them at. So I would personally recommend you sell them as soon as you get in. Maybe you wait like 2 weeks and wait for a lot of people to sell off their pairs, and it might go up a little bit. But after that, the market's pretty much going to stay the same or drop, or it could increase $100 after 12 months. So that's all really got for you guys in this video. If you guys like, subscribe, much appreciated. I'll see you in the next one.